Playboi Carti fans are turning on him. Bitch, I'm not.
Dude's hanging out with Lato instead of his own children, lol, what a disgrace.
Damn. I mean, how do you know that, bro? Like, how do you know that? How do you know he's hanging out with Lotto instead of his chick? Like, how do you know? I mean, like he said. But still, like, you not there, bro. I would never just assume a nigga. Like, bro, it's a trend. Like, we know, play like Carti. Iggy said that he wasn't, what she said? He was playing PlayStation with Uzi when his child was born. He hasn't seen them in 6 months or something like that. She could be lying. Like, we don't know for real. We shouldn't even be in a business, honestly. I mean,
bro, he destroyed his hype. Who the F cares about his album?
not with the album though. He is dragging that. I ain't gonna lie. He's just
Still,
dragging
tell
the
me,
fuck out of that,
is
bro.
Carti's music even good enough to wait this long?
Yes.
It seems like Playboi Carti fans have had enough of being edged and lied to for years on end, as they are now completely turning on him and realizing how much of a terrible human being he is. From lying about a release to distract fans from the fact he choked his pregnant baby mother, missing
I don't remember that. That happened?
his son's birth to play the PlayStation of Lil Uzi Vert, and just constantly.
That's where that picture comes from? I knew he got arrested, but I didn't know it was for that. What the fuck?
Mistreating his fans. Has Playboi Carti sabotaged the hype for his most important album yet? Or is this just all part of the plan? So recently on Twitter, Carti fans have been going feral, and it's not for the right reasons. It's not the same old Carti fans going nuts over a snippet or a fit pic. It's fans now realizing that he is just a piece of shit. It all started a couple of days ago when academics would tell his stream that they should expect their album in February, as if that isn't something they have heard a million times before.
True.
Right? And they wanted to know when the album was going to come out, whatever, and he told them, hey, listen, the album's going to come out soon in February. He supposedly told some other people in February. His label.
I seen on Twitter that when Kai was at the Grammys, nigga said nigga told Playboi Carti to drop, and like Carti on his story was like, this is the video that did it. That nigga was lying.
Label hasn't confirmed to me February, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if you're a Carti fan, I would probably say put 5% stock on him dropping in February. If you ask me,
doing that.
I would say 85% sure he's dropping this year.
Shit.
February, 5 to 7%. You know what I mean?
Now, we all know Carti fans, usually they go crazy for this type of information. I mean, this time last year, funnily enough, academics would say the same thing. Expect the album to drop around the start of 2024, which of course got fans excited as they genuinely thought he'll be dropping, as this was also around the time he began dropping all the singles. Whereas if we look at the fans' reactions now,
like it was like I want to know like what happened behind the scenes, bro, because he was dropping a lot. Like he was dropping, like when he dropped Whole Lot of Red, that nigga was radio silent. That nigga wasn't dropping shit. But this nigga was dropping, like he was actually dropping shit. Like he was doing like features and all that shit. Like why would you, like why would you call your shit, like why would you like coin 2024 music and then not drop? I don't understand this nigga.
they're not excited anymore. Hype is gone, bruh. Carti thinks he needs 4+ years to rap about drugs, money, and hoes. As we can see, it looks like they've had enough, but fans not being interested in information regarding the album's release isn't the only issue that's been happening in the Carti community, as it seems like fans have had enough of Carti in general. So I think we all know Iggy Azalea. Not only is she a huge artist herself, but also the mother of Playboi Carti's son, Onyx. Well, a couple of days ago, she'll be doing some sort of stream.
I don't even like milk. I mean, I like real milk. But milk, I'm not too fond of Scarlett Johansson though. Scarlett Johansson Iggy, Kat Dennings. I can't think of any more, but that's top tier milk.
Where a Carti fan would ask
That's
her
top
if
tier
he is
milk.
dropping, to which she would actually reveal to fans
would
she
ask her
hasn't
like she
heard from
would know.
Carti in 6 months.
So much. Oh, someone's saying tell Playboi Carti to drop. I don't speak to him, my love. We haven't heard from that man in over like 6 months. We don't know where he is. I don't have no idea.
It's so crazy that she has an accent. Cause like when she was first came out, I deadass thought she was from like Florida.
No association. You have to tell somebody
Deadass.
that has that speaks to wherever he is. We don't know or care.
Now,
on the
this
south
not
side,
only
Claude
left
Alyssa.
fans disappointed, but really shocked the entirety of the internet, as this situation went pretty viral with tens of millions of views, leaving people in disgust and shock at how someone can abandon their family. Carti's music is washed and he's a deadbeat father. This fella is such a loser. Mysteriously
fella.
owned fam is crazy. And that's only 2 of the replies. There is literally hundreds of more that have thousands of likes showing how disgusted
Unless
they
you're
are
me.
at Carti's behavior. And just now, a couple days ago, Carti posted some pictures and was spotted shooting a video supposedly for Lato's Blixum remix, obviously suggesting it's going to drop soon, to which fans responded by saying they simply don't care. Which, I mean, makes sense. Why would fans care about a remix to a song that was released in August, 5 months ago? Especially as his
mean, that
verse has
shit was
also
hard,
been
though.
leaked for a very long time. So what has caused
It
these
was leaked. I literally heard it a week before the video. Like the first time I ever heard that, like his verse on that. Well, first time I ever heard that song too. I'm the Southside Cool list, shutting my
Carti
best.
fans to turn from literal
got
lovers of
some
this guy
pit
to
little
completely
nest.
hating him in the span of a couple weeks. Well, let's bring it all the way back to 2015, where Carti would
Damn, we
begin
going
his
all the way back.
disingenuous acts. Posted to fashion designer's Instagram Ian Connor, this clip of Carti working on a computer with the caption "Cash Carti the mixtape soon." Well, funnily enough, this mixtape wouldn't drop until literally 2 years later in 2017. Now, of course, this is just
It's a
something
legendary mixtape too.
petty. Carti wasn't really big around this time, so a small lie like this didn't really upset his fans at all. However, during the release of this mixtape, he would get himself into many controversies that really revealed how much of a terrible person he is. Firstly, around 2016, before the release of Self-Titled, Carti would be accused of stealing a producer's beats, which he
Damn.
did by taking a snippet the producer sent him and looping it to extend the beat so he can rap over it, which would then
I've
release.
heard that Carti is like he's the type of nigga that's like. I heard that he's the type of nigga that's like, cause I remember like Uzi saying that you can't tell the nigga no, like he would dead ass fight you. Like he doesn't want to hear no, like he's not a no type of like. He do what he wants, and like nobody can tell him shit.
Release without paying or getting permission. And once Carti was confronted by this
that is
producer
cringe
via
as fuck.
Twitter DMs, he just sent him dozens of insults and threats. I mean, he even tried hitting up the producer's friend to ask him for his location so they can probably go jump and rob him. Pretty crazy reaction to something that could have easily been solved. But this wasn't the only bridge Carti burned throughout his career, as Carti would also steal beats from notorious plug producer Mexico Dro. And guess what? That wasn't it. Carti had also abandoned his lifelong best friends, Uno the Activist and Thousand Band Farney. As if you didn't know, these three were super tight when they were coming up, and at one point even created a group together titled Splur Gang. However, it seemed like Carti left his friends behind to keep friendships that would be more advantageous to his career. Now, let me explain. Firstly, Farney. Well, he got into a beef with Lil Yachty after Farney thought he set him up, which led to him getting his chain snapped.
You didn't get set up. I caught you lagging. I know you missed that fake ass shit anytime. Don't trust a bitch for a ride. Oh,
This led to Fani retaliating by shooting at Yachty, trying to kill him, eventually leading to Fani getting jumped by Yachty's goons. Now after that all went down, Carti obviously had to choose sides. His very close friend Fani, or the hottest SoundCloud rapper at the time, Lil Yachty. And I think it's clear whose side Carti was on, as one day after Fani got jumped by Yachty's crew, his and Carti's faded interview was released on YouTube. Then let's move on to Uno.
what does that mean though? That could have been shot way before that happened. Never mind.
So again, if you didn't know, Uno the activist was shot by fashion designer Bloody Dior back in 2016. Now the issue was Carti, Uno, Fani, Bloody Dior and a couple of other people and some of the ASAP mob were like one big kind of friend group, if you want to put it that way. But after Uno got shot, obviously this caused tension and made people choose sides, with Fani deciding to stick with Uno whilst Carti decided to stay on good terms with Bloody Dior, probably because he was cool with all the ASAP people, which of course would be more advantageous for his rise to stardom. Overall, with my point being, Carti is willing to do anything as long as it will benefit his career, and is willing to treat people like trash or completely cut them off if they are disturbing his success. Now, this was really the first time fans got to see the dark side of Playboi Carti, and in reality, it was all brushed aside. He was the hot new artist blowing up, so no one really cared. But moving into the rollout of his second studio album, Whole Lotta Red, hints of Carti being a terrible and disingenuous person would start being more and more common. On the 27th of July in 2019, just over a year since the release of his last project, Die Lit,
Legendary album.
Carti would announce on stage to fans that he is planning to drop within the next 60 days.
I'm trying to drop my shit in the next 60 days.
But like shit could be happening, that delay shit. Like I just try to think of every avenue and every lane, bro. It's like I put myself in other people's shoes all the time. Shit could be happening, I'd be delayed, and plus his shit always get leaked, and them songs could have probably been on the album, so we had to change some shit around. Like there could be multiple things, which is why that nigga shouldn't just say anything. That nigga, I don't know why he's like says shit. He just stop saying he's gonna drop shit. Just drop it like when it's ready.
Which at first seemed believable. Carti dropped self-titled in 2017, Die Lit a year later in 2018, so dropping another project a year from his last in 2019 seemed like a normal thing to do. But of course, this was just a complete lie, as those 60 days would pass and fans would get nothing. But this was really just the beginning, as fast forwards a couple months in the October of 2019, he would post photos to his Instagram with the caption 48 hours locked in, which led to fans believing, yo, Carti is finally doing something. I mean, with the fact that the 16th of October in 2019 was a Wednesday, meaning 48 hours from that day would be a Friday, fans really thought he was dropping. But guess what? 48 hours later, still nothing. And these pointless...
He needs to like explain himself sometimes. Like he dead needs to explain himself.
Slides would continue
like,
leading up to the release of Whole Lotta Red, as it seemed like Carti knew how much anticipation it created each time he lied. After the release of his heavily criticized single At Met in the April of 2020, Carti would put out the infamous Monday tweet, implying that he would be releasing something on Monday. A song, an announcement, something. I mean, after Carti put out his post, Uzi would tweet at him saying, at Carti, so you dropping Monday? Bet it. Which led to fans even speculating that we could be getting a Carti Uzi collab on Monday. But Monday came about and it seemed like we could be getting a Carti Uzi collab on Monday. But Monday came about and it seemed like fans were misled once again. And the truth was, Carti and Uzi were probably sat on FaceTime, bored out of their minds, kicking their feet in the air, thinking how they can edge their fans. Then right before the release of Whole Lotta Red, it seemed like he was desperate to create as much hype as possible, as Carti would begin tweeting at different artists to create the illusion that they will be featuring on the album. At Post Malone, hey. At Pharrell, what you doing? At Travis,
Pharrell.
Wow, amazing, love the verse red, red, red. I mean, he even posted a TikTok to one of his most anticipated leaks, Pissy Pamper, with a verse from Kid Cudi, which he captioned Kid Cudi on Kid Cudi, suggesting that this song will feature on the album.
I still need that. If he, I ain't gonna lie, in order for Carti to make up for all this shit, he gotta put his best leaks that never dropped on IM Music. That ass. Pissy Pamper. I don't remember any of them. I know him if I hear him. But any of the leaks that niggas want, the niggas, bro, mix master, but don't change too much. Don't change too much. I hate when niggas change a lot, like that shit with like the Pooh Shiesty and the G Herbo song, bro. Bro, I loved that song, bro, and then they changed that whole beat and it sounded goofy as fuck. Don't do that. Like, give the leaks that make it word. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do that, bro. I will forgive that nigga if he put them leaks on there with some new shit. But them leaks finally being released, that's the move. That's the move, I think. Who cares if everybody heard it? They want to hear it officially, though. It's a different vibe when it's an official one. Like Mr. Rage, bro. Like, oh my god, you know what I mean?
Feature from Kid Cudi. But eventually the album would drop on the 25th of December, and it seemed like all those tweets were lies just to create hype and anticipation. Now, even with the album being released and officially out to the public, Carti would continue lying to his fans, as on the 26th of December he would tweet, "Talk to me, what song do you need on Deluxe?" To which he would follow up with a day later saying that Deluxe is on the way. But as usual, Carti failed to follow up with his promises. Now the thing is, why would Carti lie about dropping a Deluxe? He doesn't even need to create more hype, he's already dropped the album. Well, on the day the album released, and just in general around that period, Iggy Azalea would begin exposing Carti for being a terrible father and partner, as she would send out dozens of tweets telling the world how Carti basically abandoned her and his son on Christmas Day to throw an album listening party, how he missed his son's birth to play the PlayStation with Lil Uzi Vert, and how he still hasn't signed his son's birth certificate. Now, I'm not sure if that was the reason he did announce the Deluxe, to distract fans from the fact Iggy was exposing him, or because the album was receiving so much hate he wanted to make it up.
I didn't fuck with that album when it first came out. Whole Lotta Red was not fucking when it first came out. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of niggas wasn't. It took time. Now I know what to feel with it. Now I know what I'm listening to. You know what I'm saying it was, but you gotta understand, bro. It was a 180 from Dialect, bro.
Up to fans by dropping Grails via a Deluxe. I mean, I think we all remember Christmas Day when Holiday Trash was trending. I mean, even months after the album's release, he would do an interview with the Rolling Stone saying that the Deluxe is on the way and is planned to release in the spring of 2021. But of course, it never ended up dropping, so I genuinely don't even know what his plan was. It would also be around this period at the start of 2021 that Carti would begin teasing another album, Molly World, which he would announce to his fans via an Instagram post captioned, "Let's drop this new album, we not done," with one of his photographers, Gunnar Stall, commenting under the post Molly World, revealing the supposed album's name. But of course, this was just another lie. Now the thing is, Carti would literally evolve from just lying to his fans to now literally scamming them. Let's fast forwards towards the end of 2021, where Carti would announce this narcissist project, as he would post multiple pictures to his Instagram with the date 09/13/21. During this rollout, he would also announce a tour via his website, and eventually when the 13th of September came around, fans were ready and excited. Carti could be potentially dropping another album less than a year after Whole Lotta Red, but no, instead a bunch of narcissist themed clothing would be listed on Carti's website, being sold for extraordinary prices. Now the next day, Carti would tweet out alerting fans that the website was hacked and that he never approved any of this happening, to which he would follow up with the next day as he would tweet again showing text messages which read, "Forget about the sample clearances, drop Narcissist," which got fans thinking that Carti is going to actually drop this Narcissist project. But long story short, again, nothing would end up happening. But of course, during this time, people were not sure what the hell was going on. Was the website a scam, or was it a publicity stunt to attract more attention to the album? Well, if we look at the merch from the website, some of the items didn't even have narcissist spelled out correctly, and some of the items were found significantly cheaper on Chinese retailer websites, meaning Carti or his team were buying motorcycle gear from Temu, printing narcissist on it and selling it for $5,000. Even the ski masks that were listed on the website for $40 were found on Alibaba for 45 cents. It's just outrageous. But this wasn't the only scam Carti was involved in, as during the summer of 2023, Carti would announce the Antagonist Tour, with support from the entire Opium Collective performing across Europe and America. Now at first, fans were confused as the venues that were selected for these shows were arenas, which seat 5 to 20,000 people, and no offense to Carti and Opium, but there was no chance they were going to fill up these places, especially
Bugging out.
back in 2023. But of course, fans would buy tickets anyways, which were going for upwards of an outrageous $300.
Okay, for $300, I ain't gonna lie. No, I'm not doing that shit. Nigga D not even doing that shit.
That's what you pay for a 3-day festival, not a 2-hour show. However, just 6 days before the first stop in Europe, the tour was postponed, leaving fans enraged, because not only did some of these fans pay $200, $300, but a lot of fans had also booked travel and hotels, meaning they were spending upwards of $1,000 to see Carti, just for him to cancel on them at the last minute, which by the way was probably because of the fact a majority of the stops sold barely any tickets, due to the arenas being too large to fill. Just look how fans who had to travel to the shows responded to the situation on social media. I am from Slovakia and I have flight as well as apartment booked in Brussels. I delayed my surgery for this and can't cancel my Ryanair flights. In Malta, we have to pretty much fly to go
You might as well like go sightseeing or some shit. I'm not shit. I'm not wasting that, but I'm sorry. I go fuck who, bro. If I book a flight, like let's say I booked a flight to DreamCon, Airbnb for 3 days, 4 days actually, and all that, bro. And then right before DreamCon, they like, damn, sorry, bro. This shit canceled, baby. I'm still gonna go to Texas. I'm still gonna go to Texas. I'm still gonna fulfill. I'm living in that Airbnb for 4 days. Oh God, nigga, I might as well. I ain't canceling shit.
Anywhere else, and we don't get a lot of big rappers stopping here on their tour, so I had to take leave and plan a holiday to go to Carti's concert. I'm still gonna have a dope ass time in Berlin for sure, but it's an asshole being moved to cancel 3 days before your tour is supposed to start.
Fair.
Carti is like a 30-year-old man who would rather be mysterious rather than actually communicate like a normal human to his fans. Playboi Carti, pregnant woman beating. I mean, this was no longer just internet lies. Here, Carti was genuinely playing with people's time, money, and lives. I mean, personally, I remember when I saw him at Wireless in 2023, and the dude turned up like 30 minutes late, or I think it was even an hour, but I just don't get it. You're probably being paid upwards of like $100,000, yet you can't even get there on time. Now, Carti scamming and lying wouldn't be the only reason fans began turning on him during that year. Let's bring it back to late December 2022, where Carti would put out some tweets, again lying to fans about releasing music, which of course, you know, got Twitter riled up as fans were creaming themselves because Carti might
You're not even gonna lie. The next time he posts like some shit, like hinting at a date that he can drop an album, nobody. I stopped believing this nigga a long time ago, but a majority of niggas are not going to get their hopes up, bro. A majority of niggas are not gonna get their hopes up, and he might actually drop on that date, but it's his fault for niggas not feeding into it, bro.
be dropping. Now this would of course turn out to be nothing. However, just 2 months later in the February of 2024, TMZ would put out an article that Carti had been arrested after attacking and choking his pregnant girlfriend, with the incident occurring on the 20th of December in 2022, which led fans to believe that Carti had in fact put out those tweets about releasing music to distract fans in case any information came out about his arrest. Of course, it didn't end up working out for him, as people found out 3 months later by accident, but it didn't end up working out for him as people found out 3 months later by accident, but it really shows how evil and scummy he is. This man knew that someone like TMZ may find out about his arrest, so he puts out tweets in case anything gets out to the public. It's really dark. I mean, we haven't even delved into the rollout of MURSIK yet, where again, Carti would mislead and scam fans. I think we all remember the beginning of the MURSIK rollout. Carti would make this grand return to social media, dropping all these Instagram and YouTube exclusive singles. Academics would be on stream saying the album is dropping at the start of 2024. Carti and his groupies would all be posting MURSIK 2024. I mean, Carti even made an entire song dedicated to 2024 music. And honestly, it seemed believable. Throughout the entire year, Carti was doing a bunch of features with artists such as Future, Ye, Camila Cabello, The Weeknd, and even dropped his own single, All Red, his first in 4 years. Now I must say that 2024 was looking really good for Carti and his fans. I mean, apart from when he scammed the alien Ross at the start of the year, which made him look like a terrible person, which I think we can safely say he is. Now, even though he did scam him and got absolutely blasted by the internet for a day or two, guess what? It's Carti and people let it slide. Now, after Carti dropped All Red in the September of 2024, fans thought it was genuinely time. I mean, this was interpreted as the lead single, and it was already getting close to the end of the year, and with the song's release, Carti would also launch his MURSIK website with merch and vinyls. But nothing ended up happening. If anything, Carti would continue infuriating more fans, as in November he would pull out as the headliner from Rolling Loud Thailand, which is a pretty big deal, as in Asia they don't get many rappers from the West coming, so when someone the size of Carti pulls up, there is people travelling from all across the continent just so they can see him live. But what can you expect? Carti does not care about his fans. I mean, that's without even going into the scam that was his All Red merch, as that stuff still hasn't shipped like 4 months later. And really, with all of that, it's now almost February 2025 and Carti has still not given us a date, cover art, tracklist, anything. He just continues teasing us even though people are starting to turn on him. I mean, if we even go back to his performance at Rolling Loud Miami, it was plastered all over social media that this was the MURSIK performance. Carti is going to debut his third studio album live, but as you can guess, that didn't happen. He did preview a couple songs, but it gets to a point, like how many times can you preview and tease a song and expect fans to keep their excitement? It's just boring and repetitive, and personally from what I can see on social media, fans are genuinely beginning to turn on him. As you'll remember from the tweets in the intro, him constantly lying, mixing with the fact he's a deadbeat and in general a terrible human, fans have had enough and are even questioning if a 5-year wait is worth it for a Playboi Carti album. I mean, you could understand a long wait from someone like Ye, Travis or Frank Ocean, but Carti, he's just rapping over beats. I mean, towards the end of 2024, when all the Fridays to drop that album had officially ran out, I even saw fans creating this like trend that if he doesn't drop, we need to social media. Fans are genuinely beginning to turn on him. As you'll remember from the tweets in the intro, him constantly lying, mixing with the fact he's a deadbeat and in general a terrible human, fans have had enough and are even questioning if a 5-year wait is worth it for a Playboi Carti album. I mean, you could understand a long wait from someone like Ye, Travis or Frank Ocean, but Carti, he's just rapping over beats. I mean, towards the end of 2024, when all the Fridays to drop that album had officially ran out, I even saw fans creating this like trend that if he doesn't drop, we need to do these things like unfollow him and tweet I am liar in retaliation to him not dropping.
I'm not doing that.
I'm curious, with tomorrow being December 27th, do you still plan on doing this? This is the listed boycott plan for Playboi Carti if he doesn't drop. Now, a lot of fans were posting this very early on, like a few weeks ago, kind of, I guess a week ago, to be honest. And now, people haven't been posting it. So I'm wondering, is this what's going to be happening? I don't think I'll be participating because I don't, want to unsupport my king, right? I'm still going to support him through everything. So I'll take a step back, not participate. But I'm wondering, will you guys be participating in the boycott? I guess if a lot of you do it, I'll do it out of solidarity, but I really don't want to. I still want to support my king. It's my king, Playboi Carti. Gotta love him through thick and thin.
You are wildin', nigga. There's only one king, and that is LeBron James.
But I've seen a lot less of this. I'm curious, do you guys plan on doing this, yes or no?
Now, funnily enough, it did kind of end up working.
If LeBron do it, I'll doing it.
As he lost followers, but come on, he's going to gain all those followers back in the next week, and I mean, when he announces the album, then everyone is going to get back on the hype train anyways. Now, funnily enough, as I'm recording this video, Carti would scam his fans again, as for the Weeknd's album, him and Carti would drop these merch bundles and deluxe tracks under the name Hurry Up Tomorrow. And basically, there's supposed to be 2 deluxe tracks that you can digitally download. You can either buy it for like $5 or get it with the merch bundle. And of course, fans would buy these merch pieces and these songs. Yet, the songs would release, they would be emailed to the fans. And guess what? Carti wasn't on them. Like, it's a literal scam. They were promised to have 2 Carti songs at the Weeknd. These songs were sent out and Carti was not on them, nor was he on the Weeknd's album. It's literally just a plain scam. Like, there's no other way to disguise this. Now, unfortunately, the truth is, even though he hits women, is a deadbeat, a scammer, a liar, a narcissist, and really the second coming of Hitler, fans will still love him and glaze him till he dies. I'm kind of glad people are waking up to this entire situation though. I mean, some of the most popular videos on my channel are...
As soon as he drops, all of this is going to be blown in the wind. This entire video is blown in the wind. No one's going to give a fuck. That's just how it is, bro. Like, where he's at, that's just how it is. That's just how it goes.
About Carti being a terrible human. So, I've done my job. But again, as I've said multiple times, we can all pretend to hate him and that we don't care anymore. But as soon as that album drops on Spotify, Apple Music or YouTube, we will be there streaming and listening to his album. So I guess Carti is going to win no matter what happens. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Are you still excited for I Am Music or are you completely fed up? Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Damn. Just drop, man. Just dropping this whole thing. Everything will just stop if he drops.
Yeah, cuffs to the rib and I'm pouring that purple. BBS diamonds on the neck like Squirtle. Start of the plane, but the proof on the Maybach. Nigga wanna talk about some bands, come and say that. Me and my twin pushing up where you lay at. Skirt out the way, hit the BP on the way back. Switch to the top, now I'm blind to begin. I'm outside with the fire in my hand.